Welcome back to Laura's Design Studio. I have 8 ounces of Bond Crafter 1-to-1 that I'm currently mixing. I'll separate this. I do have a project over here that I'm trying to fix. So a little bit of this will go for that. We can always mix up more. And I'm going to do a couple of jars, some little things. And mainly I'm trying to fix my project over here. We'll see if it works or not. But I can't even see what you're seeing. Sorry, I'm adjusting the camera a little bit. Trying to see if you guys are... Oh, we're just out of the shot there. My camera got knocked the other day. That should be hopefully a little better. Sorry guys, just give me a second here. Alright, we're gonna go with that for right now. Just mixing this Bond Crafter up. I'm gonna need some blue. Or if I do black, I can use it for something else also, maybe. So maybe we'll just mix up some plain black. That's brown. Definitely not black. This is gray. Yeah, once again, Laura has not found what she's looking for ahead of time. Purple, no. I may go with the blue because I could do blue too. We're going to go with that blue. And then, let's see. Also going to pull that out. Coffee. Yellow, white. Not the right one. Okay, we'll go with what we've got right here. Okay, this will work. Stir this up. If you guys haven't tried Bond Crafter, you need to. It's an amazing resin. I don't have a bubble machine or a vacuum chamber or anything like that. Unless I'm making up like double of this amount. I don't even use the mixer. I just stir it by hand. But I mean, you can look at it right now. Like, there's a bit. It's almost bubble free. Has a few micro bubbles in it. And I've been sitting here stirring it, so it should have, you know, a bunch of bubbles in it, because I don't stir slowly by any means. I'm a pretty fast stirrer. I need to do little things because I have a mold over here that's bigger, so it's taking up a lot of the mat, but I have it what I think is level at this point, so I don't want to move it. Always make sure you scrape your sides and your bottom. And I do not have PPE. People wear it, mask, respirator, gloves. We've discussed why I don't. But what I do have is I do have the air purifier that I'm testing on over here. And when I tested this the other day, this does have the triple carbon filter. The stats come out very, very similar to the Resignators one. The only difference, the main difference is I don't have the readout on the top like they do, showing all of the particles and the VOCs and all that. It does lack that, but I do have it on, and I have it on 3. This one has a 2, 4, and an 8-hour timer. Like I said, it does have the carbon filter along with the other, the 3 filters, the carbon, the HEPA, and whatever the other one is. The other day when I put it on and I was testing it, as we all know, alcohol, the 99% and 100% alcohol is very, very strong, even for me, and I'm not sensitive to odors, but it's strong when you spray it. I sprayed that the other day when I had this on. I couldn't even smell the alcohol. This one that we have that I'm testing for them is the Halloween one, so it's got pumpkin faces at the bottom. I don't care about that. I care what it does. This one you can put essential oil in. It does have a spot for that if you want to do that. Like I said, I was pretty impressed because I was looking up the specs of the Resiners one and the specs of this one. Like I said, they're very, very similar. This one says it does, get rid of the VOCs and everything. It does not have the readout like the Resiners one. It's pretty simple. It's got on and off 3 speed fans, 1, 2, and 3. And it has your timer button. Right now I have it on the maximum, so I don't know if you can hear it. So it is on speed 3. I did set it for 4 hours just because, and I do have the light at the bottom on because there is a light that does come on. It lights up the pumpkin faces. Like I said, I'm testing this for their company. It is called Vendfo. I believe this one runs like $20, or at least that's the special that was on the Halloween one. I believe the Halloween one is out of stock. They sent it to me just to test one, so I didn't get a choice of color or style. But I did look up their Amazon store. They do have other colors. Mine is like a cream colored, and it's got the jack-o'-lantern faces at the bottom. And what else? I don't know, but I am testing it to see if it does make a difference. It pulls pet dander, which, you know, guys, I have 3 cats, so I always have hair floating around. It's inevitable. And I've noticed a reduction in that, because I have been testing it, so I've had it on for, I've been setting it for like the 4-hour timer just to see. And so far, I will say that I sprayed alcohol directly over it, and I could not smell the alcohol. So, I'm going to continue to test it. You know, I know it's like pretty cheap compared to the Resiners one, and the Resiners one is, you know, made for resin. I personally just don't have $200 to spend on the Resiners one. So when this one came up that I was able to test it, of course I wanted to test it. So I am going to be testing it. I will let you know what I think. Right now, it's doing something, but, you know, I wish it had the readout like the Resiners one, but it's also, you know, a whole lot cheaper than the Resiners one. So, but we will see. I'm going to pour some of this into this cup, and I'm going to try and do something with this project over here that didn't go the way it was planned. So I am going to take some of this and mix some color in here. I don't know how much of this I will need, but I am going to throw some over here in this mold and see if I can possibly save this project. Alright, I'll be right back with you. I'm gonna pour this over here and see. I may need more. It may take more than I thought it was. Ooh. Hold on a second here. Because I'll be right back with you. This is not looking level. Hang on, guys. I just wanna. Okay. Hang on, I have another light I've been over here testing also. Okay. Turned it off. So now I can actually see. Okay, so I'm gonna let this sit and see. Alright. I'm just gonna check it. Sprayed it with alcohol. And I'm hoping that that's okay. I'm hoping that's level. I'm gonna let that sit there. I don't have the mat on or anything yet, because I am just gonna let it sit there for a few minutes and see if we have any bubbles or anything coming up. Okay. Now, I am gonna pour. I've never poured this pumpkin. I do have it brushed. Here's the stem part. Let me get some. What color do I want to do? I have a tealy. This is coffee. Maybe we'll try coffee with this brushed one. Okay. Stay over there. Just kind of watching this over here to see if it needs attention. Right now it's looking pretty good. I do not know. I've never poured this pumpkin, so I don't know how much it takes. But we're going to go with this coffee color. And then I'm going to do some like I'm looking through colors. There's the black I was looking for. Alright, let's try this. I am going to do, let's see what this coffee color looks like. Ooh, that's barely any pigment in there. Wow. I expected that to be a lot darker. Let's put some. This is barely any color. Look at that. Look at it on the stick. Doesn't even look like there's hardly any color in there. So, let's give it... I'm going to try and use a chameleon powder and see if we can get a better result. This is a green-orange shift. What is with this? Nothing wants to color this resin today? Really? Okay, well that's better. Better. I'm gonna pour the stem here. And I'm gonna need to squeeze it to make sure we get stuff down in that stem. So you just want to put a little bit in there and then squeeze, and hopefully, wow, okay, hopefully you can see that. Squeeze it, see if there's bubbles coming up, and I am going to put this over on the heat mat and finish filling it. Now these kind of molds like this, where you have the little supports underneath, make sure your supports are out the proper way. Otherwise, you may not have a level piece. I'm just gonna pour the rest of this top for this pumpkin jar. I see a bubble, so I'm gonna go in and try and get that bubble out in the rim. So go around the sides of your rim and see if you can get that bubble out. Looks like it can take just a little bit more. All right, so now we're gonna pour the base. And we'll see if we have enough here, or do I need to mix up some more? I haven't ever poured this pumpkin jar, so it's looking like I'm gonna need to make up more, because this takes a lot more. Make sure you always scrape your sides really good. It's not going to much matter at this point because I'm going to make some more resin up with this. So we still have a ways to go. So I'm going to set that right there. We're going to make up another 8 ounces. So now these are the Von Crafter 2-gallon. It's the 2-gallon kit. So this, you get a gallon of each. And yes, they come with pumps. But the pumps are slow. I can lift this up and pour faster than the pumps can. So and that is 4 ounces of part A. Make sure you get your lids back on. I wiped down the outside of my bottle. And now we need that was just my UV light that I knocked over. Okay, so B, there we go. it's nice that you do have the pumps. If I'm just needing a little bit, yeah, I'll pump it. But when I'm pouring this much at a time, it's nice to be able to just pour it. So, stick disappeared. Oh, that's because it fell down here. Okay, good. All right, so I'm just going to mix this up. We'll finish filling the pumpkin jar. Again, make sure you're mixing your resin. Scrape your sides, your bottom. I'm wiping out the cup right now. Still don't have the heat mat on. I'm just watching it for bubbles. Like I said, I just sprayed alcohol and I cannot smell it. And that is strong stuff. So I'm not going to tell you to, that this is better than the Resiners one. I don't have the Resiners one. I can't tell you that. But I would say if you're looking for one and you can't afford the $200 for the Resiners one, something is better than nothing. And it does have the charcoal, 3-step filter. So go look up the prices on these. They are Vendfo, VENDFO. Like I said, if you go on Amazon and you go to their store, this one is currently unavailable with the pumpkin faces, which probably most of you, aren't going to buy a pumpkin face one. But it's what, they gave me to test. And I'm very thankful to have one, considering, I cannot wear a mask or gloves. So I'm very happy to have one. It's like I said, I can smell a difference. And it's because the Bomb Crafter, I've never smelled any odors out of whatsoever. Not when I mix them together, not as they're curing. I haven't, and maybe that's just me, but, I've never, Bomb Crafter is a really good resin. It's, inexpensive compared to the other brands out there. It degasses like a dream. Like I said, I don't have a bubble machine, a debubbler, or a vacuum chamber. And most of the time, unless I'm making a huge amount, I do this. I mix it by hand. So I'm not affiliated with Venco or anything. I don't have any coupons or anything like that. I've told you guys before, I'm part of a review team for Amazon and for these little companies. They had one review, and it was a good review, but they only had the one review. So, you know, I've explained this before. I'll try and explain it again. This is an invite only. I can't tell you how to get on this program or anything, because there is no way. They choose people randomly. Like I said, I thought I was chosen because I did write reviews for Phone Memo when I worked with them, and I do tend to write reviews on Amazon. So the one night I was on there writing a review and it popped up. I thought it was a scam at first. So I actually went and looked up the program, and it is, you know, obviously now I know it's an Amazon program that's an invite only. And what they do, these companies like Ventro, because they only had, you know, one review. When I got it, they may have had no reviews. I don't know. They put it's a separate website that we go to, and there's a bunch of products out there. Everything from car parts to craft items and everything in between, believe me. I'm going to pour this into another cup here because I don't need this whole amount to finish filling. I don't know exactly how much you need, but we're going to find out. So they put, and it's not like all their products. Like they may put out, you know, 2 or 3 or 5 of these, and the first, you know, person to find them, you put in that you're requesting the product to review, because, you know, I've gone back on after I've requested the product. You then have to go back into the site, and when I went in there, you know, this product was no longer available. So they may have only put out like 1 or 2 for testing. My guess is this one was put out because it was their, you know, leftover Halloween model, and they didn't have a whole lot of reviews on their air purifier. Like I said, I've only seen 1 so far. My review is not out there yet because I've been testing this. I don't just, you know, this program requires you to do an in-depth review and put all your findings in the review and all that kind of stuff. Okay, so I'm just mixing up some more, and we're gonna see if this will finish topping it off. So yeah, a lot of times they only put out like 1 or 2, and then whoever's, you know, finds it first, you know, if they request the product, they get to review it. Because this one is no longer out there on that site. So, you know, I don't know how many they put out. It doesn't tell. I am going to move this very carefully because I didn't mean to dome it that much. Okay, we made it. And get it to set level. I'm going to spray alcohol. All right, I'm going to, because these have been sitting over here, I'm going to turn on this heat mat. Like I told you, this is a food heat mat, all silicone. I've actually ordered a couple different ones since then. Because I want backups. This thing is amazing. Full temperature control on it. All silicone, easy to clean. This one does not have the detachable bar, so you can't put it in the dishwasher, but this is one that you wipe down. I've since gotten another one that you can actually put in the dishwasher, because it has the detachable bar where all your controls are. I really, really, really love this heat mat, and I've ordered 2 more because I don't want to be without one. Because it's much nicer. Let's see, I'll pour, this should be enough for a little turtle. I had the plastic, it's underneath this mat right here. But it's the plastic looking ones that you get. You can get them on Amazon. You can also get them on Temu. Mine came from Temu. It was $10. And, I have been using it and really loving it. It's a game changer when your projects get done really quick like that. But, I like this heat mat better than the one from Temu. I can only speak on the one from Temu because that's the only other one I've ever had. Like I said, I still have it. It's actually under this mat right here. But I was getting frustrated with it because it was very warped from me using it all the time. And it was because it was that plastic stuff, where this is just a huge silicone pad with various temperature controls, and this one automatically goes off after 2 hours no matter what. So if you need it, the other one that I got, that I showed the other day in my haul, the one that has the detachable control panel, that one has a 2, 4, and 8 hour timer, I believe. It has a longer timer on it than the 2 hour automatic shut off. Okay, we can add some more to that butterfly. But right now, we're going to stick this over here so I can clean it. We're going to like I said, I recommend you trying the food heat mats, because this thing is amazing. And it goes up to 212, and the one that I showed you guys the other day goes up to like 290 or something like that. I use it right around the 150 range, because when I looked up the average temperature of these plastic heat mats, it was 122 to like 140. So that's what I've kept this temperature at. I've kept it at I started off just doing 122 because I was afraid, I didn't know what it would do to resin. And I have since bumped it up to I did 150 the other day and just used a 2 hour shut off automatic, and my projects were done. So, I do, if you want a heat mat that's bigger, and you like the fact that it's going to have a temperature control, I would give it a shot, because I think I want to say I have 3 including the one that I currently use. But I needed backups. I needed backups because now that I've tested this and that it works with resin, I don't want to be without it, really. I don't. Because I kind of like it a lot. I'm going to put some of this chameleon powder. This is the blue purple one. You kind of guess on these labels because they don't really say, but that's what it looks like, the label looks like. Because these, of course, came off Temu. So, you know, they don't always put the color names on things. So I'm kind of going off the what it shows on the bottle or on the little pot. Let's see. There we go, look at that. I am going to put some of this white. I have a ton of this. It's the white sparkle. It is from not Let's Resin. It is from Resin Rockers. This is one of their ultra fines. Don't remember what it's called because it came in a bag and I did not like the bag, so I put it into those little glass jars that I had from Dollar Tree. Yeah, I had extra ones from Dollar Tree, and then this is a little jar I made, and it's full of that same stuff. Okay. This is going to be like a blue purple with that sparkle in it. Let's do, well, obviously I need to fill up the rest of this butterfly. So let's get him filled up. I'm just doing a bunch of littles because I use them for pocket hugs and keychains. And because I have this other this other mold, which is a big coaster mold, where I'm trying to save my project, it took up a lot of the mat because it's one of those huge coaster molds. So I'm doing little stuff to put around that. So my favorite mold right here, it's the INTORESIN turtle. I love this thing. It is so pretty. So let's pour this one. And I will be making keychains out of these little turtles. Okay, that is domed. We're gonna move it over here to the heat mat. Okay. These are the straw toppers. I'm gonna pour one in this color. Okay. I'm gonna spray these things with alcohol. Just get bubbles out. yeah, I could barely smell that alcohol, and I just sprayed a bunch over those molds. Let's see, what do we want to do? I'm debating, do I finish filling up my poor skull over here, who has, you know, been half done for, but this isn't going to be enough for the rest of that either. So we'll pour a few little, here's some more of these little turtles. Like I said, I make keychains out of these. I put them on pocket hug cards. So these are, you always, when you're doing like this craft convention, you want to have a range of prices. I mean, and whether you like it or not, your little stuff is probably going to sell first. Because not everybody's going to go out and buy, you know, a big resin project that you've done. They may love it, but, you know, the economy is what it is right now, and, you know, people don't have as much money to spend. So I am definitely filling up with these little things, because I know in all reality they're probably gonna sell out before one of my big projects would. We'll do this little guy. So I will make little things and, you know, sell a bunch of little things. It works just as well as selling, you know, one very large project. It may not come in as fast, but hold on guys, I'm just readjusting my heat mat here. There we go. Okay. It was getting a little high, so I put it back down to 150. I looked up and it said 170, so. Yep, there it goes. Back down. Let's see, what do I want to pour? Maybe another one of these little guys. This is Pishu. This is an INTORESIN mold. He's a good luck symbol. Now, the lesson I learned the very first time around is the bottom of his cookie right here gets a bubble in it, so you got to be mindful of that. I fill him up part way and then I squish him real good. Now, he's not reaching the bottom of that cookie, so I'll pour a little more in. Pour it up to the base of that cookie, and you can see there's a great big bubble right there. That's the cookie. So I tilt it and squish it and try and get that bubble out. I'll take a stick, and I see one little bubble left in there, and I just got it. So the first time you pour a mold, it's probably not going to be perfect, because you don't know where all those spots are that are going to give you problems. So, you know, I poured the first one. I now recognize where the spots are, and I can deal with it accordingly. I'm just pouring a little bit more over here as I put it on the heat mat. There we go. He is now poured full to the top. I will let him degas for a minute, and then I'll spray alcohol again. We still have just under 2 ounces here. So I think we will pour another rose. These are the straw toppers. Let me get, you can tell things I've done pink in. I hate pink. But they all have stains, pink, reds. They stain your molds. It doesn't affect the next pour. Like that pink is never going to come off into my next pour. It's just now stained. Let's see if we have enough for this. This will be a blue-purple rose. I think this one's the rose. I'm gonna put him over here. And I have just a teeny tiny bit left. Let's see, do I have a teeny tiny mold over here? I bet you I have enough for the alligator. My poor skull, he's gonna suffer for a while longer without anything in him, but that's okay. Here's a piece of trying to get and let's fill him up. Get his feet filled up, his tail. Okay, I'll set him over here. There's hardly anything left, but I will scrape the cup right out into the skull. These skulls I usually, because this is a big mold, it holds a lot of resin, so I tend to, my skulls are never just one color because I tend to use the, whatever I scrape or have extras that I don't have an immediate mold for, I just throw little bits of whatever I'm making into here. That way he just gets filled up a little at a time, and he'll be sitting there. And I think I'm going to leave you guys, and we'll be back on the flip side. Couple minutes for you, couple hours for me, and then we will demold these projects. And I'll see if I saved my other project over here, or if it was just a waste. We shall see. I'm going to put my lids and my colors back in my tray over here. I have a whole tray that sits underneath the camera. Actually, I have 2 trays, plus resin. It sits underneath the camera. That way I can reach all of my colors and everything. Alright guys, I'm going to clean up, and I will see you guys back when I demold. Welcome back to the studio apartment. Laura's Design Studio, of course. And let's do some unmolding. So, these just came off the heat mat. They are a little warm, but here we go. We'll just start with the little guys first. There we go. That's a little turtle. And here's the other little turtle. He's got a bunch of overpour on him. It's still soft, so I can get some of it off really quick here. There we are. Actually, it all pulled off. So there's the other little turtle. Let's see. We got an alligator here, or crocodile. Still don't know which one is which, but it doesn't matter. He's cute. So there he is. I do need to get... Nope, it's clear. Last time I had some overage in there. Nope, he's clear now. So there's that one. We'll do this little turtle. There we go. There's that little guy. And we'll do the butterfly. There is the butterfly. These guys are super thick. Here we go. We will do, well, let's do this is the INTORESIN turtle mold with all the fat diamond. There he is. I love this mold. So pretty. So can you guys see all the turtles? And let's do the straw topper. We've got that rose. And then the other one, which is just a little different shape. There we are. Oh, let's do, what is he? Pishu? Pishu, yes, Pishu. This is also an INTORESIN mold. He is really cute. No bubbles on his cookie, yay. None of these have had bubbles so far. Not a one, not a one. That is the miracle of Bone Crafter. Switch that one back around. And there he is with his little cookie and everything. No bubbles. No bubbles. And now we've got the pumpkin, which is the first time I've poured this one. So hopefully we don't have any bubbles in the lid. Ugh. Still a little soft from just coming off the heat mat, but definitely cured. Just trying to get this other edge off, because I don't want to pull off the little stem. There we go. So there's the lid. No bubbles. No bubbles. Oh, nope. That's a... I thought that was a bubble for a second. It's not. It's a indentation where the jar goes. There is one teeny tiny one right there. Let's see. The pumpkin. Got to get it started. Oh my Lord. That's... I'm working on it, guys. Gotta roll it down. There we go. Now to get the suction off of the middle. There we go. All right, let me turn this mold back over. Always make sure you turn your molds back to the right way. You don't want to get them deformed or anything. So here we go. Here is the pumpkin. I love that color. A little trimming on the bottom. And then here's that notch where that other notch goes in and stays on. So there we go. There is the pumpkin jar. It's a pretty cool jar. Whoop, dropped it. Kind of like it. I'm not going to leave the lid on there at the moment because it is still soft. I don't want them, you know, curing together, never to open again. So I will take it off, but there you go. There's our pours for the day. And I'm going to get this uploaded, and we'll see you. Well, tomorrow I have a Froggy Friday premiere, so see you then. Bye, guys.